I love spending time in the mountains, and I'm always delighted by the encounters that I have in wild places. I recently enjoyed a long walk in the Scottish Cairngorm Mountains. Two of my nights there were particularly memorable. I walked a 3-day circular route through the mountains, and after a day walking up the Glenderry, I forded the Arn River and stayed at a refuge by the riverbanks. I was utterly alone, enjoying delicious silence and solitude. The refuge was just a flat wooden floor, but with majestic views, rainbows and a lovely sunrise. And the next day I had access to the Loch Arn and the high plateau. For me, this was a refuge of peace, a true hiding place. My previous night had been quite different. I had walked for 7 hours or so up the Larrigrew Pass in driving rain, buffeted continually by gale force winds, and I finally arrived at a bothy. I was drenched, soaked to the skin, freezing cold. I spent the next 15 hours or so at the bothy with 6 other hikers, sheltering from the storm that was raging outside. We were warm and dry inside. We shared our food, stories and laughter. And the camaraderie was remarkable. The experience of sharing this refuge together during a storm somehow created a real sense of community. In that bothy, in a very physical way, I experienced a little of what I think it means for God to be my refuge from the storm. Across the mountains of the UK, a number of these bothies are maintained by volunteers. They're just simple shelters, kept unlocked for those visiting the hills. They're free and open to all. And for me, they're a beautiful picture of the kingdom of God, where there's space for everybody. In the morning after the storm had passed, I left the bothy, happy to keep walking. After all, no one wants to live in one of these bothies forever, but they do make a wonderful overnight refuge. This picture of a mountain refuge is a good metaphor for our desires for the place of springs. The name Place of Springs comes from Psalm 84, where we read, "Blessed are those who have set their hearts on pilgrimage. When they pass through the valley of tears, they make it a place of springs." We work with people who are on pilgrimage, a spiritual journey. It's taken them from their homeland, from their families, to live and serve in places that can be hard and challenging. They often pass through valleys, painful times and storms. And we want to create a space that can be like a refuge, a place of beauty and rest, where people can experience God as their refuge and find a place of springs. And after a short while, they would leave, refreshed, ready to continue their journey, participating in the work of God wherever they've been called. If this vision resonates with you, please would you consider standing with us in this? We're trusting God for the financial provision to buy this property, and once we own it, to live there and create a bothy for spiritual mountaineers. We still need around £160,000, and every donation makes a real difference. Please do get in touch with us if you feel prompted to partner with us and to help make this vision a reality. Thank you.